Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling. I'm BrendenPlayz. We just had the Slammiversary pay-per-view, and it now means it is time for the Bound for Glory series to begin, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here's a quick look. Slammiversary, 92 rated show, nearly 16,000 in attendance, 0.31 buy rate. Of course, headlined by the epic 95 rated match, Christian Cage winning the King of the Mountain title, I guess you could say, the honor of being King of the Mountain, and retaining his championship, the TNA World Championship as well. So, excellent match overall, and now it means it's time to move on to the Bound for Glory series, and this is what we have. So, the Bound for Glory series, it was difficult to come up with a set of guys that would fit this tournament. There's an issue with our roster in terms of top level baby faces, and this is the dilemma that I kind of had. We can see that just a few guys are lacking some popularity. I mean, AJ Styles lacking a little bit, not too bad though. A lot of the guys in the mid card, Tanahashi, Kazarian, not quite on that level yet. Lashley's going okay, but just a few guys were lacking. Raven would have been good, but he's got so many issues. So we've had to kind of make a few adjustments, a few changes that probably we wouldn't be normally going for. But this is what we've come up with the Bound for Glory series. So on the heel side of things, we've got Abyss, A-Train, Jeff Jarrett, Monty Brown, Samoa Joe, and Muhammad Hassan. So we have 6 heels and 6 baby faces, 12 men in the tournament in the series, and then we have our 6 baby faces, which is AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Lashley, Rhino, R-Truth, which is the questionable one, and Sting. So we left Test out. Originally the plan was going to be, we'll turn Monty Brown and we'll make him a baby face and he can replace R-Truth, and we'll keep Test in there. But Test's performances haven't been up to scratch, and to be honest, R-Truth would probably be better at the moment. So we're going to leave Test out. We're going to give R-Truth an opportunity, and R-Truth is a former TNA champion. We'll have a look at the title history. You can see Ron Killings is a 2-time TNA World Champion, or NWA champion at the time, but now of course TNA World Champion. So he's been at the top before. You know, he's the second one ever. So he's been at the top before, so it'd be nice to get him back there. The issue with him is his popularity is about 62, 63, and it's not quite where we want him to be. We'd like him to be nearly 70, so we haven't got a lot of time really to get him to that point. So I guess the challenge now is, let's try and get R-Truth from where he is now to near 70 before we get too deep into this tournament. Because if we can get him to 70 or so before our next pay-per-view, which is Victory Road, he'll be very valuable and he'll have good performances in this tournament. And also, it's nice to kind of make a new star out of the tournament as well, and R-Truth may be that guy. I don't expect Truth to win too many matches in the tournament, but it would be nice just to kind of solidify him again as a top guy, because he's pretty good. You know, he's not bad at all. Like I said, definitely better choice than probably Test and forcing a Monty Brown turn. So I think he's a good choice, and he's obviously a better choice than Raven as well, despite the Raven having more popularity. So that's where we're at right now. As well as that, we started a few more storylines. Going to throw 2 women together, Molly Holly and Sarah Del Rey, just to give them something to do, just to get some more women involved. Melina and Gail Kim obviously starting their rivalry. And America's Most Wanted and Team 3D, we're going back to that, but not for a while, because here's the thing, I forgot to mention, Brother Ray, he's out for 2 months. With that staph infection, he's gone for 2 months. So our brand new tag team champions, and they can't defend the belts for 2 months with Brother Ray out injured. So, wow, okay, we're going to have to try and reevaluate and replan. I don't know. Do we make them vacate it and give it back to America's Most Wanted? I mean, that's probably not a bad idea, but I don't think we can really vacate it and give it back to them without it kind of being a blemish on the record, because I don't like vacating. So yeah, I mean, we probably can't, so we just have to kind of roll with it. Maybe do a series of #1 contender matches. Maybe we make, you know, brother Devon defend without a partner. Maybe he needs to find a temporary partner. I don't know. There's a few things we can do, but it's a big loss to have them out. For what we will do is going to put James Storm and Road Dogg in there to feud with Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, should say, to feud with James Storm and Chris Harris as a bit of a temporary replacement, because we don't have another babyface team right now that's quite on the level, and that's available as well because we're still doing Marufuji and Kenta and the machine guns, so we could probably use Kenta and Marufuji, but they're quite far below the America's Most Wanted, so not quite there yet. For the World Championship, we're going to go with Christian and Scott Steiner. I think I told you guys about this plan. Obviously, Scott Steiner, yeah, he might not have a great match, but we have really no choice at the moment because our Bound for Glory series has taken up majority of our roster, and that's the only issue that we have with it. We're putting all our eggs in the one basket because we want to have the best possible tournament we can. But if we can use Scott Steiner and get a pay-per-view or two out of him against Christian and drag the rivalry out and get us through, that'll be fine. And also, Scott, look, he's a legend. He's a legend coming off the belt, so it's not exactly terrible. It's just a matter of how will Scott perform. But Christian's performance has been so good, he might be able to carry the match that little bit more. So we really got no other options at the moment. The other, maybe we use Test. I mean, he's the only other guy we could force him there. But the reason why we didn't use him in the Bound for Glory series is because he's no good at the moment. He's still improving. He's still developing. So that would be, another step backwards. So Scott Steiner, I think, is the choice right now, and still has enough popularity to get us a good matchup. It might not get us the 95s, but it might get us 80, 85 maybe. So that's the plan. We'll have Kazarian and Low Ki have a rivalry. Now, Low Ki has a minor injury, but he should be fine. And the plan, I think, is with obviously Low Ki on his way out. He's leaving us soon. We'll give Kazarian a big win over Low Ki just to establish him that little bit more. Unfortunately, we are losing Low Ki. If we weren't losing him, we would really be fine with our X Division right now. We'd probably, have Low Ki get ready for a title shot, but we can't. And we'll continue the Fallen Angel and Homicide storyline. We had AJ Styles in there, obviously, with Homicide and AJ having a bit of a back and forth for a little bit, but we'll take him out and just make it Homicide and Fallen Angel. We'll try and get another match out of that rivalry because with the great matches that it's been having, it deserves another one. So he deserves another opportunity anyways. At least in my opinion, he does. So we'll try and do that, and we'll try and force that out. What we're also going to be doing, you guys have been clamoring on for me to do shows in Japan. So I'm going to do a one-night only show. It's going to not be televised, and we'll just do it in Japan, just as a house show, just a live event in Japan. And just to try and boost our presence in Japan a little bit. And also, we've got a lot of great Japanese stars we can use to have a great show. So you guys have been telling me, hey, you've got to start doing this, and I definitely agree. So if we can keep doing this a little bit frequently, maybe once every couple months, we might be able to slowly start building our Japan presence, and maybe be able to land a TV deal on the lower end. That would obviously help us big time. So that's where we're at there. Hopefully we can get something like that happening. But for now, we'll move on to this week's Explosion, and we'll go ahead and get ready to book the show. We've got a few incidents. I think these ones will be positive. Protege ones. So Scott D'Amore helping out. Angel's helping out Low Ki and Homicide. Homicide's helping out Low Ki. Well, we don't really want him to, we don't want him to help out Low Ki too much since he's leaving us. And Sabu and Monty Brown. Oh, that's good. Sabu's passing on tips of psychology. Sabu and psychology. Well, does that really make sense? I don't know. But, yeah. We've got Explosion. We might kick off a couple of our new rivalries and maybe even set up R-Truth for a big victory or so, just to get him going. So we'll come back and we'll show you the results. Okay, so for Explosion, we had Bobby Roode and Raven go one-on-one. We did this because we want to start getting Bobby Roode in that, building him towards that upper mid-card region. He's kind of in the mid-card of doom right now. We want to break him free, so getting him a few victories over some big-name guys is a bit of a short-term way to do it. And Raven's kind of been that guy, so he continues to be, dreadful. Bobby Roode hasn't been amazing either, to be fair. But, 68 rated match. Raven's on drugs, would expect. Wow, look at this promo from Melina. 88 rated promo. Wow, okay. So she's going to be a player in our division for sure. Probably the only woman who can cut a promo. That's very damn good. Really, really good. So 88 rated. Great way to kick off her rivalry with Gail Kim. We then had Marufuji and Kenta. They took on Aries and Strong. And we had Alex Shelley interfere and screw over Kenta again. We did this because, well, Aries and Roderick Strong's popularity has really started to increase, especially because of their time in Ring of Honor and these other promotions. We'll show you soon, but their popularity is really starting to rise. So they're a little bit further ahead of Marufuji and Kenta. We don't want to sacrifice them right now. Aries had a 92 rated performance, so that is excellent. This Strong and Aries tag team is starting to become pretty handy. So if we can keep this going, it's going to be great. So 83 rated, very good. Sarah Del Rey and Molly Holly had a backstage altercation. I guess Sarah Del Rey, we can't say her name for some reason. She was taunting Molly Holly backstage, kind of setting up and starting off their little rivalry. So a bit of a taunt before a potential match. And a main event, well, probably not our best one, but Ron the Truth Killings versus Test. We gave R-Truth the victory over Test. And Test was getting tired towards the end in an 18-minute match. That's not good. But yeah, so 74 rated from R-Truth. That's pretty good. Test 57. That is why Test is not in the Bound for Glory series. So R-Truth with the victory. 69 rated. That's okay. And a victory over Test. Maybe it helps him a little bit. Hopefully it does. We'll see. Let's take a look. So just show you quickly Austin Aries. So he's working in Ring of Honor mainly. That's the main one. And he's up to now 57 popularity. And when we got him, he was about 50 odd. So that's a nice improvement. He really has been on the rise. Same for Roderick Strong. He was about 40. Low 40s, and he's now 53, and that's just happened all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason Ring of Honor and these other promotions are really starting to produce the goods for us. They're really starting to get us a lot of popularity, and that's why you probably would say, well, why don't you sign Aries to a written deal? Well, this is why, and it's likewise for why don't you sign Sami Zayn? Why don't you get Kevin Steen? Well, if you have them work the indies, and they work Ring of Honor, they work the CZW, etc., they work these promotions, they're going to improve, they're going to get popularity, they're going to get better without us having to really spend a dime on them. And Roderick Strong, well, we didn't have to sacrifice any of our guys, and he's now up to 53. Likewise for Tanahashi, he's up to mid-50s when he was the late 40s as well, and we didn't have to do anything, so that's the benefit. R-Truth, he bumped up a little bit, there you go. Test, he did drop down to 66 from 67, so sacrifice Test a little bit to improve R-Truth. What about Raven? He did dip down, and Bobby Roode, he moved up nearly to 60, so he's gone up to at least 59, 60 in a couple of regions, so that's very good. So nearly getting Roode out of that mid-card of doom, because we really do have one at the moment, and get him in that 60 region would be very beneficial for him. We'd love to use him in a big capacity at some point. We do need to kind of keep Eric Young going well as well, and he's nearly there as well. So we keep them two strong. Gives us another good heel tag team, which right now we are a bit heavy on the heel side of tag teams. We've got a lot of them. They could play a babyface. Eric Young could anyways. What about Bobby Roode? No, he can't. Definitely not. So yeah, that would be an issue for us. And Bobby Roode's annoyed. So we'll book Impact and we'll show the results. Okay, Impact is booked, but we've had to make a bit of a major change to what we were going to do. So, a little disappointing. I had a plan, but because of a limitation in the game, I wasn't able to do what I had planned. So, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll kick things off, though. Homicide cut a promo on Fallen Angel, 84, pretty good. Here we go. We kick things off with Christian and Scott Steiner. We had Christian come out to celebrate that he won at Slammiversary, and well, Scott Steiner came out and assaulted him from behind. They began a brawl, and to kick off that rivalry, so Steiner came out to send a message. And we actually are planning on changing Christian's gimmick, because he does have a bad gimmick, which if we can get him a decent gimmick, he's going to have even better matches than before. So we've changed it to being charismatic. So he was originally the best in the business. Didn't work out too well. We changed it to be charismatic. Hopefully this goes better. Very good. Yes, fantastic. Really happy. That's great. So now Christian should perform even better. And that was a great way to kick off the show. So Scott Steiner, terrific. Hey, he might be really good, at least in the promo side of things. I think Steiner should be pretty strong. Okay, so here's where we had to make the change. So two guys who are in the Bound for Glory series, R-Truth and Monty Brown, had a match, 80 rated, really great. Both guys, pretty good, 70, 71 for Truth, 74 for Brown. Now, here's what we had planned to do. We wanted to do a battle royal with every participant in the Bound for Glory series in that match, and the winner will get a bonus point. So special matches like that, you'll get a bonus point, so you get 15 points instead of 7 points for a regular pinfall victory, so it's big points. And we wanted to do that because we wanted to kind of, alright, let's take a look. Let's see who's the best right now in the Bound for Glory series from day one. That was the plan. We can't do that though. The game will only let us do a 10 or a 15 man battle royal. We have 12 men. So I took the two guys who were the lowest of the low, the lowest popular guys in the series, and obviously that's R-Truth and Monty Brown. We took them and we just decided to have a standard regular match. We gave Monty Brown the win, and that means he now has 7 points because he got a, well, it says the game says by submission. Okay, well, originally I had it planned by pinfall, so I didn't I'd probably guess I need to start specifying the finishes. We're going to ignore that. We'll keep it as a pinfall because that's what I had planned. So if you only, in the game when you're booking, if you only just say, hey, I want Monty Brown to win, it'll either go from pinfall, submission, or pick. So we'll ignore that. I wanted it to be a pinfall. So Monty Brown will now get 7 points, and that can be his opening, for the tournament. So it's a bit of a complicated process. We really have to keep track of who's versus who, what matches have gone down. So if you are planning to do a Bound for Glory series or something similar, you better be writing everything down if you want to do it really good, I guess. We then had Abyss. He cut a promo on Sting, who's going to be in the Battle Royal later. I just picked a random guy. I thought Sting was a good option, a babyface, and Jim Cornette interviewed him. 92 rated, as always. Abyss, good promo. And Melina and Tracy Brooks, 71 rated match. So Melina made her in-ring debut, and it was very good. 66 rated performance. Tracy Brooks, 60. Great way to start things off. They have great chemistry as well. 71 rated match, and I'm very happy with that. We didn't even have the storyline with Gail Kim associated with it either, so got even extra rating without that, so that's really great. Really great way, and I'm really starting to have a lot of hope and positivity towards our knockouts division. Things are going really, really well, and I'm starting to be very positive that we can turn things around. Now we've got Melina, I really think we can have a great division at some point. Homicide and Kazarian, we had them go one-on-one, and it was an 89 rated match. Wow, there you go. Excellent, excellent stuff. We did that. Obviously, the plan is Homicide to feud with Fallen Angel and Kazarian to feud with Low Ki. So we had Homicide and Kazarian as a bit of a number one contenders match in a way. Homicide beat Kazarian to get himself back in the title picture. Low Ki came out and interfered, screwing over Kazarian. And let's not forget, Low Ki and Homicide are a tag team. Kazarian and Daniels are a tag team, so that we can always do that as well. So we've got some good matches planned with these guys. We've already had them kind of go up against each other, but this has been their best match, Homicide and Kazarian, that they've had. So excellent, really good. Afterwards, we had the Addiction. They were taken down, and Homicide and Low Ki continued to beat down, so they beat him up a little bit further after the matchup, 80 rated. We had Rick Steiner and Tanahashi. We did this because we wanted Tanahashi to get a win over Steiner to boost his popularity a little bit more, because we're going to start, we're getting ready to get rid of Rick Steiner because he sucks, he's terrible. So Rick Steiner has 63 popularity. We want him to lose all that by the time he's gone, so guys like Tanahashi, who can really use a victory, we're going to give him that. Tanahashi, 84 rated performance. That's his best performance I've seen him do. And I think it was a car crash match. So it was a gimmicky match, and he really was suited to that. So there you go. And they have great chemistry apparently as well. If Rick Steiner can have great chemistry with someone, thank God, it's Tanahashi surely can get a good match out of Rick. So he did. Only a 5-minute match, and we just had Tanahashi dominate it and get an easy win. So 69 rated. That's a lot better than I was expecting. Jeff Jarrett cut a promo on Jeff Hardy, again, just singled out another babyface for Jeff to kind of talk to. Alright, so our Battle Royal to close out the show, 86 rated. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Very good. And we had Jeff Jarrett win that Battle Royal. The final four were Abyss, Lashley, Jeff Hardy, with Abyss being the final elimination. And Jeff Jarrett won. Jeff Hardy got the most eliminations. So I didn't set that. I just let the game decide that. So that's cool. So there you go. So Jeff Jarrett wins, which means he gets 15 points to start off the Bound for Glory series. I figured Jeff Jarrett just beat Sting one-on-one at Slammiversary. He's on a confidence high. He's going great. And I figured, let's give a legend a kind of a big boost. Even if, if Jeff Jarrett wins at the end of the day, fair enough. I don't know if he will. Don't know, but we'll give him a big start, and now he can kind of brag about how he's ahead of everyone already and had that arrogance towards his opponents already. So I think he's a good guy, I think, to start off the tournament with a big win. Anyways, 86 rated, pretty good. It doesn't specify everyone's individual performances, so that's probably a good thing for someone like Sting, for example. So there you go, 88 rated show overall. That's a pretty good one, actually. One of our better ones, and we had a good crowd too. So very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. So yeah, so that's our Bound for Glory series Kickstarter. We'll take a look at the Bound for Glory series now. And so this is where we're at right now. So Jeff Jarrett on top with 15 points, Monty Brown with 7 points, and the rest are all on 0, of course. We'll keep an update on this on every episode. I'll keep showing you guys all the points tallies every time we have a show, and I'll give you an idea what's going on. So I'm kind of tracking the wins and losses on a different thing, so I won't show you. I may show you that, but it won't be as, it won't have a pretty little graphic like that. So it'll just be the raw basic graphic that I've got going on there, the tracking all the matches and everything like that. So yeah, so Jeff Jarrett with the opening win. So if you're not aware, as a special win, we're giving 15 points to that. I think it could be 25 in the real thing, but we're going to keep it as 15. A pinfall is 7, a submission is 10, and then I believe let's take a look. So they've got count out wins, DQs as well, which give less and less points. Count out is 5 points, DQ win is 3, a draw is 2, a DQ loss is minus 10, I believe. So yeah, so that's that. So that's that's a big loss. So yeah, so that's where we're at. We'll start it off, and we'll keep up to date on that as the weeks go by. We'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at the results and how everything went down for the week. We had a 2.87 rating, not our best, but not bad. And well, here we go. Scott Steiner. Tanahashi doesn't connect with the fans. You should probably write the kid off. Well, there you go. Samoa Joe said he's a great worker. He's worth getting behind. So, well, who do you believe? I think we'll leave Samoa Joe. Raven, same old shit. Useless. Oh yeah, we're going to try and get Nick Patrick. He's available from the WWE. Referees do play a little part in getting a good match rating. So if we can get an 88 rated referee, you may as well give it a try. So we'll try and poach him from WWC, because I think our referees are 70 plus. We might have a good one or two. Scott Hall, he is looking a little flabby. Oh no, he's out of shape, so that's not good. Take a look at SmackDown, see how they went. 92 rated. So Kane and Benoit with their main event. So even though we had a good show, we still can't beat WWE. They're just still that little bit better, and that's pissing me off. I just want to be that little bit better. We'll advance today, and we'll check in with our developmental. We'll see how we went for the week there. And there's a few guys that we've got to be getting close to probably bringing up from developmental. Maybe even women as well. We've got to start probably thinking about it. It's been a while now. They've had some time to develop, and some of them have, peaked. Some of them haven't. But we'll have a quick look. We had a 0.27 rating for Explosion, and Strong signed a deal with FIP, but won't worry us. 50 rated show for our Impact Florida. Petey Williams still the champ, beat DDP. Cody Rhodes beat TJ Wilson. Nakamura still the champ. Oh, Nakamura's the TV champion? Is that right? He's the global and the TV champion. Okay, so Nakamura's winning all the gold down there. Alright. So he beat Brody Lee. Okay, Luke Harper and the Shield. They're still tag champs. They're killing it. The Shield. I think they've had like 10 title defenses. They just keep beating everyone. And Roman Reigns, he even got a win over EC3. But the good thing is, crowd of 1,200. So that's improving. It really is. So that's good news. Quick little look. We'll see how Tanahashi went after beating Rick Steiner. And I don't know. Did it bump up a little bit? Maybe. Not too much noticeable. Rick Steiner certainly dropped down. So you'd have to say, yeah, it did help him. But R-Truth up to 64, which is great. We're starting to get him in a better position. I'm thinking about giving R-Truth a victory over Kevin Nash. I know that's pretty extreme. We've got Kevin Nash for one more match, one more appearance until he's gone. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just give him a big win over Nash, just to put him over. Might bump him up to 66, 67, if we're lucky. It'll make Nash pretty pissed off at us, which is the issue. But you know, we need him good for this tournament. Monty Brown's going pretty good as well. Jeff Jarrett, did he improve even though he won that Battle Royal? Well, he's certainly in the 80s now, so he certainly has. Let's hope no one else kind of went down. Let's have a look at Muhammad Hassan, for example. Yeah, I don't know. He may have dropped a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure. But should be okay there. So, yeah, Jeff Jarrett gets the first big victory. Last little thing, I wanted to kind of show you guys the top 5. I wanted to do this a few episodes ago, but I kind of forgot. Just to reevaluate where we're at. What's the plan going forward? And after 6 months now, after Slammiversary, what's the plan for the future? So with our top faces, of course, we still have our legends of Jarrett, Sting, Scott Steiner, yeah, Raven, not really, but we still have those guys, so just kind of put them in the back of your minds when thinking about it. But we now have our top 5. So our top 5 faces, still the plan is to go with Christian, of course. He's killing it. Why not? Jeff Hardy still number 2. He's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with Jeff Hardy. We just got in Lashley. The jury's still out. I feel like Lashley's performances are going to be mediocre for a while. He's going to be a little bit like Muhammad Hassan, in my opinion. My prediction is that with probably 3 months worth of matches under his belt, he'll start hitting that 80 rating rather than the low 70s that he's at right now, you know, high 60s. So give Lashley some time. I think he'll get there. Rhino, I don't know about him. He hasn't been doing bad. Look, his performances are around the 70 mark, which isn't bad, but you feel like he could be doing better, and you'd probably expect a little bit more from him. And AJ, well, he's dropped in popularity. I'm really, you know, still have big plans for AJ. We know how good he is. He's worth investing in. So he's still in the plans, but we just need to slowly move him up. We don't want to sacrifice some of our other guys. That's the issue. That's the only issue we have right now. AJ, there's really no one for him to kind of beat at the moment. Unless it's maybe an A-Train or a Monty Brown or a Test, but they're not really going to help him too much. There's no one else for AJ to really beat unless we want to sacrifice someone. Over on the heel side of things, obviously Muhammad Hassan has been on fire, but Abyss, he's close. He's a close second. He's not that far behind. He continues to impress. He's already lost to Christian enough, so that rivalry's off the table for a while. But Abyss, definitely doing really, really well, and I think he could be a big star for us. Samoa Joe still needs some more popularity. I think on paper, A-Train is still probably ahead of him, but Joe's getting there. Joe is pretty, you know, he's nearly level with Lashley. So you compare the two, Christian and Muhammad Hassan, they're pretty level. Christian's a fair way ahead, but Hassan's not too far behind. It won't matter too much. Jeff and Abyss, pretty similar. Abyss slightly ahead. Lashley and Joe, Lashley slightly ahead. Rhino and A-Train, pretty much similar. AJ and Brown, AJ slightly ahead. But it's pretty similar. It's pretty evened up there. But yeah, the big change is we took Test out and we put Monty Brown in. I think that's a good call going forward. Look, we thought Test might be really valuable, but he is improving, but at the moment he's just not ready to be a top guy. Mid-card, tag team guy for sure, but maybe in 6 months we can revisit him, but for now he's not quite ready for the top main event role, and instead, I guess A-Train's replaced him, and now Monty Brown has replaced him. So disappointing for Tess, but that's just how it is. But that is all we had time for, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. In the comments below, who's your prediction? Who is your early prediction to win the Bound for Glory series? I would love to know who you think should win the series. Leave a comment below. Also, check out our giveaway in the description down below to win yourself a copy of TEW16. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to see more as well, and I'll see you in the next episode.